Starting recording. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something slightly different. We have a tier list for triathlon and TT bikes. So what we're doing is rating bikes from F, which is the worst, to S, which is like super, shit hot, spectacular, sensational,
yeah.
superb.
We're not rating them based on aerodynamics or anything boring. It's purely off subjective looks.
Waffle. So if you want anything that's a bit more scientific, this is not the place for you. Okay, let's get into it then. First bike up today.
Ooh, I like the colour of that one.
Okay, so we have a Trek Speed Concept. Now, I think the first thing to note about this bike is that if you cast your minds all the way back to 2014, which you probably can't, it's quite a long time ago, isn't it? Donald Trump hadn't been president, lots of other stuff hadn't happened, and that is also the time at which this was first released. It is now seven years old. So I think that's kind of lazy on behalf of Trek. I guess they'll argue if it's not broke, don't fix it, but sometimes you're just lazy. I think that's going to go in C for complacent.
Hey, I've got to agree on this.
Yeah,
This
Sorry.
isn't just you. C, I like C for complacent though. We'll stick it there.
Okay, C for complacent. Right. Next bike then.
Factor.
We have the Factor Slick.
It looks like it's got a turbo riser on its top tube.
It does, doesn't it? It looks like a speed bump. So I've heard as well, thrown around as an expression that they're called factor bikes because you buy one when money is not a factor. I also think with this particular very blacked out version and the brand in general, I feel it appeals to people that only use one colour on their Instagram feed and only own clothes of like black and white. I think that's the sort of clientele they're going after, like architects.
Who even rides Factor? I could not name a single person. I'm not saying it's a bad brand, but I don't know a single person that's ever ridden a Factor bike.
But it's ludicrously expensive, unknown. I'm sure it's great, but yeah, it's
got a little like lunchbox on the back as well.
Architects everywhere will be disagreeing with me. Okay, on to the next one.
Oh, it's got a lunchbox on the front.
Okay, what we have here is, as chatting with a friend earlier mentioned, the Ford Focus of triathlon bikes. Every man and their dog has one. It's not particularly spectacular. It gets the job done. Vanilla ice cream once again kind of comes to mind.
I don't think the wheels are helping this image.
No, I mean, putting small wheels on a triathlon bike frame is pretty much like tiny legs on a big ripped dude, isn't it? Like, it's got chicken leg syndrome.
I'm getting like the SpongeBob with SpongeBob like vibe.
Yeah.
It's giant body.
What are we thinking?
E for...
Every man and their dog has one.
Yeah,
Okay. Let's put that down there. That's just the lowest one so far. Okay, next bike. This is the Argon 18 E.
What's a pirate's favourite? What is Argon?
Bike brand.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, what's a pirate's favourite bike brand?
I don't know. What's a pirate's favourite bike brand?
Argon.
Argon 18. It's a pretty cool bike. I mean, it's got like some nice features. My fun trivia fact of the day was that it's called Argon 18 because you had to used to use argon gas to weld steel frames together, and 18 is the periodic table number for argon. So
That's some good marketing spiel.
if you didn't have Argon 18, you wouldn't have a bike frame. I'm just selling their bikes for them here.
Wow.
It's it kind of does what you need it to and nothing more. It's also got quite a cool, like, I don't know, it's like a bum bag but attached to your bicycle on the back of it.
It's got a backpack on.
I did have a friend at uni that had one of these, Kieran if you're watching, and it was once remarked as being quite like a box that you could put a whole pizza in. It's pretty expansive. And I'm Not quite sure why it's so big, but
How would you fit a pizza in? Like, would you have to stack the slices? Because clearly you can't fit like a
No,
whole...
we're saying like you could put the whole pizza in that way.
How big is that thing?
Like like one of those multi-CD changes in the boot of your car where you just like slide a pizza in and it just disappears. That's how it would work.
What?
Because it's wide as well.
Why is it? What'd you put in there?
I think it's for like multiple drinks and like also spares and stuff. Does a lot.
You can have a selection of drinks, like a little bar.
Like a mini fridge bar in a hotel. You take something out and it charges your credit card. Right, what are we thinking then for the Argon 18?
C, I think. It's not like particularly... Woo.
Okay, so Argon 18 goes in C. Right, here we go then. Another pretty cool bike.
Felt
IA. And this is the newest one with discs, but...
Oh, it's got those fancy zips on that are like a bit wavy around the nipples. Spoon.
Wavy nipples. Also has a snazzy lunchbox on the back.
These are all great for carrying your lunch if you want to go to work.
Yeah, they've really thought of commuters here. If anyone's going to be happy with one of these bikes, it would be someone commuting. It's pretty cool. It's integrated at the front. It's nice and neat. It's got a bento box on the top tube. I think Daniela Reef rides one of these, doesn't she?
It's thick. Like, you look at it from the side and it is like thick.
Chunky.
With 2 C's.
But when it comes to rating it, as cool as they are, Daniela Reef's got one. Andy Horsfall Turner has one. However,
Coronavirus.
Triathlon Dan has just bought one of these, and therefore it goes into D for Dan.
Done.
Sorry, Dan. Next bike.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, now this is a
Ooh, specialised.
controversial bicycle from the Big S. I'm not gonna lie, in this paint scheme, like,
oh yeah,
it's
like,
kind of bringing it back up a little bit. But this paint scheme's the only redeeming factor in my eyes. I think you're kind of the same.
well, the
view,
thing
aren't
is,
you?
like, you look at it with the lunchbox on, and you're like, I mean, it's not even a lunchbox. What could you call that? Like,
I've heard it referred to as a camel's hump. It stores water.
like, it looks fine. You take it off, and it is literally like the weirdest looking bike. Like, we need a picture of it without the hump on.
It looks like when you shave a husky. It's that level of weird. I don't know if you've ever seen a shaved husky.
When a dog gets half, like when a dog gets half its head shaved, and you're just like, ooh.
Please, someone put something on that.
Also, how annoying must it be trying to clean the like straw that goes all the way from there to the back?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have the longest pipe. You'd have to have the longest pipe cleaner in the world.
And someone would come around your house and they'd go, "What the hell is that thing for?" Oh, it's just for cleaning out my hydration system on my triathlon bike.
But it is specialised and they are nice.
It's specialised, it's got S-Works on it.
I kind of like how they changed up the front end of it.
What, with the split forks?
Yeah, I can't remember what it looked like now, but I know it was like different and a bit cool. So I think that's like a B.
Yeah, a B. B because it's like pushing the boat out a bit, and this paint scheme is wicked. I'm a big fan of that.
And the tan wall.
And the tan wall tyres. You love tan wall tyres.
Oh, I love tan wall tyres.
She loves the tan wall tyres. The next bike, ridden by such legends as Jan Frodeno and Lionel Sanders. It was only launched just at the end of last year, and a lot of people were waiting for this because it is the disc brake version of the Canyon Speedmax. Top of the range version. All of the money.
Canyon, more like, can you afford it?
However, and I think this is going to come up with a few more of the bikes we look at today, the integrated front end is great until you really want to like drill down and customize your position. I think this would be quite limiting, and for a bike that's going to cost this much, if it doesn't fit properly, what's the point? The integrated like hydration and stuff's cool, but yeah, I think that's a massive oversight. That's getting far too technical. We promised it wouldn't be technical. Anyway, cool people ride this bike. It costs a lot of money. It looks cool.
A?
Little oversight, but we'll let that slide. And yeah, let's put that up here, right into the A category.
For
Awesome.
expensive.
Awesomely expensive.
Look at that swaggin'.
Up next, the legendary Boardman Air TT 9.8, aka my bike.
Zip Fire Crest
Yeah.
808s.
If you want to learn more about this bike, there is a video link up above, somewhere. And yeah, you can watch me sit down and bore you with all of the details and facts and specifics on my current race bike, which is extremely exciting and not one to be missed. But for the purposes of this tier list, obviously it goes in... I'm going to put it in A because I've got some upgrades to make and I don't want to don't want to peak too early, so I think it remains in A.
I was going to put it in like D.
It's going in A because there's some upgrades to make to it, and that's the end of that because it's my bike.
It's my bike!
There we go, right in the A hole. Catherine, do you care to introduce this next bike?
It's Cervelo. Is it a Cevello?
No, it's a Scott Plasma.
Okay.
Catherine, would you care to introduce this next bike?
Of course I know it's a Scott Plasma.
This is the new Scott Plasma.
Cool.
Once again, an absolute...
So similar, that middle bit to the Canyon.
Yeah, and they came out around the same sort of time as well, didn't they?
Conspiracy.
But yeah, this is an absolute bank breaker as well. These things are like...
10?
I think it's like up to like 14 now for the top spec one.
But if you get it on the bike to work scheme.
Really cool bike. Brownlee rides one, both of the Brownlees. Who else rides one?
Oh.
Lisa Norden rides one.
Does she?
Yeah, she's Scott sponsored. So some pretty cool athletes on them. I think
What's that cable going from the front to the...
I think that's the drinks system.
Oh.
Integrated like everything again. I think these forks look a bit odd. I know they've got reasons for it, but aesthetically...
Looks like a Toblerone.
There's a nice little Toblerone chunk hidden in here. Another one here. That could be the Illuminati thing.
Illuminati confirmed.
But yeah,
Oh no.
What?
Look what they've done. Look where the crank is when they've taken this picture.
Oh, Jesus.
F.
Yeah,
That is awful.
For terrible crank placement and nothing else in the photo, which the manufacturer has provided.
Is this from the Scott website?
I'm pretty sure this is from the Scott website. Cranks in the 6
disgusting.
o'clock position.
No, it's not even 6 o'clock though. It's like
It's
5:45.
It's a straight up F. Up next we have the Ventum 1.
It's weird.
It is a bit odd, isn't it? It's not
What
like...
is that saddle? It looks like it's melted.
Someone left this saddle in the sun for a little bit too long.
You always see them like pictured at Kona, but I don't know who put them there. Maybe Ventum just put them out.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh look, it's on racking. Someone must have bought it. No one's bought it.
I've never seen one in the person, but
How much are they?
I think they're quite a lot.
Ballpark.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't want to guess. Where are we going to put this one?
E.
Down in E?
Oh no.
For a bit odd. Okay.
Oh Jesus Christ.
So now we have
Hate
the
this. Hate it.
the most beautiful,
I can't look at it.
the most exceptional piece of engineering. Aerodynamically perfect. Nice paint scheme. Really, really good colours there as well. And Catherine, what are your thoughts on this bike?
Like a Boris bike and a Formula One car had a love child. And that's what it came out like. Because it looks like it's got a big old front mudguard.
Yep.
So it makes me think of like a Boris bike, like functional. But then it's also like racing.
However, there is enough room to stick a motor.
Without anyone knowing.
So maybe that's a consideration for some users out there.
How does it work? I've never understood how. Where does it. What?
For baffling Catherine, and for no other reason than that, I think this is going to go into... Where are you thinking?
Is it so weird that it's also like amazing? No.
You could really upset a lot of people by putting this in S.
No. I don't know, just. But how do. Where is it joined?
Where's what joined?
The front bit to the wheel, to the bike.
In the middle. And then like this whole bit steers. Okay, it's too strange. We're going to put it
Can
in...
you only go in a straight line?
We're going to put it in F. It's an abomination that should never have seen the light of day. But I guess that's how innovation sometimes works, pushing the envelope out a little bit too far to bring it back again. Right, the final bike for today's video. Last bike is the Cevello P5 Disc.
It's nice.
Disc.
Disc.
Disc. It's pretty cool. Like, Cevello's pretty synonymous with triathlon, I'd say. The P3 was like kind of broke a bit of ground in triathlon bikes. That was the Chrissy Wellington used it to her victories. It's still a good frame even now, years after it came out. And this P5 is the evolution of that. And I don't think you can say much wrong about it.
No, it's all right. Yeah, it'll do.
It'll do. It'll do. I have one of those.
No, it's good. I like it. Looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where were we thinking then for the rating?
It's another one with the cranks not. Look at how many have not got the cranks at 3 o'clock.
Whoever's taken these photos for the bike manufacturers, sort your shit out. It's not good enough.
Look, that one, the S-Works, the felt, the factor's even slightly off. Yours is even a little bit off, actually. So.
I think this is an A.
We haven't got anything for S.
We haven't got anything for S today. Maybe we're
We got any more? We can. Do we need to reshuffle then? I feel like we've got to have something in S.
You feel like we've got to have something in S?
Yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. It's like.
So does it come from the A tier, or are we gonna like massively promote something below? Right. What are we gonna transfer window up to S then?
I'm thinking the Canyon.
Yeah.
I love Canyons.
You have a Canyon.
Yeah,
although it's
not
a road
that.
bike, not this one. Okay, we'll put the Canyon in S then. And then we have something in top tier, just to balance things up with those abominations at the bottom.
Well, no, the plasma's not an abomination, but the picture
It's
was.
just the picture. It's dreadful. There we go. That's the tier list for TT
tier list
slash time trial bikes. And hopefully you enjoyed that. Bit of a different video. Still doing some training. Actually bought a new bit of camera gear, which I'm quite looking forward to us trying out soon, which is very exciting. And yeah, let us know down in the comments, did we get this right? Is there anything you'd change? Do you agree with the points we made?
Or did we miss any bikes that we should have put in?
Because we could do another one of these. Maybe for road bikes, maybe for other time trial bikes.
I like road bike. Road bikes are so much nicer looking than that.
Maybe that's what we'll do next. If you enjoyed this, we might do a road bike tier list as well, because this was pretty fun. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.